Hello guys, Evans here once more and welcome to this continuation of the 2017 May-June IGCSE ICT Paper 2-1. In the last video we ended on step number 25 and in this video we pick up with step number 26. So using fields from the student table, produce a report and these are the attributes of this report. So selects only those records where the course contains the word at and through weeks is 3 or more, and paid is yes, okay, and shows only the fields roll number, course, weeks, first name, last name, birth date, paid in this order with data and labels fully displayed. Okay, so it should sort the data in descending order of weeks and then ascending order of course, and then also should have a page orientation of portrait and fits on a single page wide. Take note of this, it fits on a single page wide, so don't shrink when printing this database to fit the entire sheet or report on a single page. Single page wide means from your left margin to the right margin all the fields should fit, okay, but going down from top to bottom it can overflow onto the next page. Okay, that's what single page wide means. So going across the database or the report should fit on a single page wide. Okay, also calculates the total number of courses in this selection and position this number under the course column, and should have a label total enrollments to the left of this number, and includes the report title at summer schools at the top of the page, and then should have your name, center number and candidate number on the report. Okay, then you're going to just save and print your report, and the rest will follow. Okay, so like I've said, when you're working with reports in Access, the first thing that you want to do is to identify which sections of this report you can do in a query. Now remember, a query is helping you to extract particular data that you need, and then you're going to build your report based on that query. Okay, so you notice also that with the query, there is the query that you're going to use to extract only the fields that are supposed to be displayed, but at the same time you extract also the fields only that meet this criteria. Okay, so when you do that, you identify the query. I like to do these two in the query, and then the rest of these we can do them in the report. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to go ahead and go to Access and just close these relationships. Let me just say okay, save it and close this, then go and create a new query. So go to Query Wizard, Simple Query, and then you're going to select the fields that you need for this query. So what I'm going to do is to come back here. So we need row number, course, then we need weeks, then we need first name, and then we need last name, birth date, and paid in this order. So what you're supposed to do is to start first of all with these, because they are the ones which are supposed to follow the order. If there is any of the other columns or fields that you need and they are not listed here but they are listed here, you can add them right in the query as you do the importation. Okay, so let's go ahead and do just that. Okay, so come here. So what I need for the first one is, first of all, I need row number. So I just double click on row number, then I need course, then I need weeks, and then I need first name followed by last name, then birth date, and also paid. Okay, so just verify that these are actually the fields that you have as you work along. Just verify from your paper that these are the fields that you actually have without missing any of these fields. Now remember that these fields are supposed to be arranged in this order, so don't skip that. Okay, so next, and then next, make sure that you modify this and then go to finish. So you have a query of this nature, and let's go ahead and see what we need. So these are the fields that are supposed to be shown, but let's see what we need from there. So we need, for the course, it's supposed to contain the word add. So let's go ahead and add so under course, and the criteria, you're supposed to put like, and then in in quotes, and then asterisk, two asterisks, and then in between the two asterisks you're supposed to put at. So what this means is that at the beginning of the asterisk you don't mind so much what word is there, as long as after after the asterisk there is some at in between. The same thing at the end of the asterisk, you don't mind what word which is there. So for example, words like art design is going to be included, and then things like history of art is also going to be included. Why? Because at the beginning of the word art, you don't mind what is there. At the beginning, at the end of the word art, you don't mind what's there. And that's what the two asterisk means. So like, and then at. Okay, so it should contain the word at. Let's go ahead and run this, and you should see that on the courses. Let's just expand this. On the courses, you notice that actually there is art, there is theater arts, there is history of art, there is art and English literature, and so you can see that actually we've listed everything that contains art, and a total of 178 records have actually been extracted. So I'm going to go back to the query design, and other than that, we need to verify also that the weeks is 3 or more. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have 3 weeks or more. So under weeks, okay, let me just pause the video a little bit. I think one of my students has come to see me. Let me just pause the video. Alright, so let's continue, guys, with where we stop from. So we have been able to do the criteria to extract only courses that involve the word art, and this time we're going to extract only records which are 3 weeks or more, so greater or equal to 3. Okay, so just that, run it, and you should be able to see 4, 5, 3, and the smallest number you should see actually is 3. Okay, so I'm going to align this so that it looks nice. I'm going to put it center aligned. Let me see if I can do that. Anyway, let me leave it let me leave it here, because what I wanted to do is to actually make this center aligned, but I can see this is disabled this side, so it's still fine. Next thing that we want to do is go back to design view and go back to the question paper, and we want only records where the paid is yes. So come back here and come to paid and say yes. Okay, now take note, you're not supposed to include yes in quotes. Okay, yes is just supposed to be as it is yes. Okay, run it, and this time you should see you have 49 records, and this should be good. Okay, so this is perfectly fine. Next thing that you're supposed to do, go back to design view. I don't know if we need to go back to design view, but let me just check the question paper. So we've done this, and what we need now to do is to create a report. So we've done this also. We just need now to create a report based on this query. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Save it, and then I'll close this table or this query, and then go to create, and then report wizard, and then we are creating this report based on the query. So make sure that the query is selected, and then get all the fields, and then go to next, and then you don't need to sort here. I'll show you where you can do the sorting. Just leave it as it is here, and then make sure it is on tabular, and then the orientation you can change it from here. So check the orientation of the question. So the orientation is supposed to be portrait. Okay, so orientation is still fine, and then there is this question here that says fits on a single page wide. Okay, so in Access this feature is actually found here. So this is adjust the field width so that all fields fit on a page. Okay, so just make this as it is, then go to next, and then modify, and then you can change the report title if you want here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy the title of the report. So which one is showing the title includes the report title at summer schools. So I'll just copy this and paste it here. Okay, and then go to finish. And there you go, your report has been created. But you notice something after the report has been created, that when you run this in layout view, notice that the date is not showing, and then there is a field which is not even visible. But on the field list, we see that paid is there, and here on the layout view, page is not existing. So this shouldn't be a problem. What you can do is to start resizing these fields so that you create more space. Okay, so what I'm going to do is resize this to create more space. That should be fine. Then drag and drop this side, and then resize it this side so that the fields are fully visible. Make sure that they are fully visible. Okay, then resize this one, and then drag it this side, resize this and drag it to the right a bit, resize this one further. Okay, because the names, they're not that long, so we can resize it a little bit further and take it this side. Even one more time, just take it this side. So what you can do also is to take this side a bit and then enlarge this one. Okay, so development studies, the longest word is development rather deaf studies, and it's fully visible. The other thing that you can do is to resize this one this side, the surname. Okay, make sure that also that the space is actually okay, so resize a little bit more and then drag it to your left a bit. Then get this, resize it more. The hashtags are just showing you that actually the spaces are small. Okay, so that is fine. Then what we need now to do is to we can resize this further. Okay, we can resize that. Then we now need to drag all these fields except this one. So we need to drag all these fields to we need to drag them to the left. Okay, so just select them and drag them a little bit to the left, drag them again. Our goal is to create space for the paid field. Okay, so drag them to the left. That should be perfectly fine. So now what you want to do is to make sure that the paid field is visible. So what you need to do is to go back to design view, and you'll notice that there is at the far end there is something that looks like it's a cursor, but it's actually a field. Okay, so you need to select that. You see I've selected it, and select that as well, and then just drag it to the left, and there you see paid is going to be there. So go ahead and preview this in layout view, and you should see paid now is showing the values as yes. Okay, so that is how you can do that. So let's go back to design view and let's do some of the things that the question will ask us to do. So now we can do the sorting. Okay, so it sorts the data into ascending order of weeks and then descending order of course. So the first thing that you need to do is to come back. So to come down here, you see the section here, group, sort, and total. What you need to do is to add a sort. Now sometimes this may not be there, it may be like that, and you wonder where am I going to find my sort, where I'm going to do the sorting and the like. Okay, so just on the tabs here, let's see, on design, then go to group and sort. Okay, and you'll be able to add that. So then add a sort, and then you can add the levels in which you want to do the sorting. So first of all, we are sorting in descending order of weeks. So let's go ahead and sort in descending order of weeks. So under groups and sort, sort by weeks, and then it should be descending order, so largest to smallest. Then you add another sort, but this time you are sorting by ascending order of course. Okay, so it was first of all descending order of weeks, and then this time you're sorting by ascending order of course. Okay, so let's go here and select rather here and select sort by course, this time A on top, which is ascending order. Okay, so you see A on top, Z on top, which is descending order. So the first one is ascending order. So take note of the layout that you see here. You see the levels that you have. So the first one is the higher level, followed by the lower level. Okay, so as you keep on adding more levels, then you are changing that order. So if you run this and preview this, you'll see that actually your fields are now sorted. Okay, so first of all, you sort by weeks. So the priority will be weeks. So you have 7 on top, and then the last one should be 3 on the bottom. Then also sort within the 7 weeks. So you have these weeks, and then inside them they also be sorting in terms of course. So you see that it's weeks which are 7, but among the 3 here, you have art and English, then introduction to contemporary art. This one is also sorted. Then check also that you have 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 here. Then you have these again sorted in ascending order. Okay, so that's how the sorting actually works. Okay, so let's go back to the question paper, and fits on a single page wide, and then calculates the total number of courses in the selection and positions this number under the course column. Okay, so this one we would need to calculate how many courses are being run, or how many courses did we calculate. So if you count the number of records, actually that would even give you the number of courses that you have. Okay, so because each record will have its own course. Okay, so what we need to do is to come here and then go to design view, save it, go to design view, and then under report just drag this down a bit, and then insert, go to design and insert under course, just insert the formula equal to count. We are counting the number of courses, so count, you use the count function. Inside the count function you provide a field, okay, and it's going to count the number of courses in that case. So you can use any field, but I'll use course field. You can use the row number, you can use whatever field you use, it will still be able to count because it's just counting the names. Okay, so next you need to specify the label. Now the label the label is supposed to be total enrollments, so just copy this, and this is going to be to the left of this number, so just go ahead and paste it in there. Now take note that the label and the value here, they have actually overlapped. So to select that, just select this left thing and the left gray box and just drag it to the right a little bit, and you should see that that should be perfectly fine. Okay, so next question. So you should be tracking whatever you do, you tick whatever you do. So note that we have done this, we've done this one, 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 then we've done this one, we did this one. The next thing that it just needs to do now is to add our name, candidate number on the report. So come back here and add your name and candidate number and center number. So just say Chikasa Evans ZM 556 and then 0001. Now the other thing that guys that you should know is that sometimes you may be asked to produce a report that may have multiple pages, a report that will have, let's say, 2 pages or 3 pages. When you put your name in the header, rather in the report footer, this appears only on the last page of your document. Okay, but Cambridge expects that you are going to have your name on every single document that you print, and this is where it is important that you put also your name in the page footer. Okay, so I can just copy this or just go here and insert my name on the page footer. I'll just put it in the middle there and say Chikasa Evans ZM 556 0001. So what this will do is that if I have 5 pages, all the 5 pages are going to be marked by my name. But what this one does is that if I have 5 pages, this name is only going to appear on the bottom of the report, the last page of the report. And so it's important that if you're having multiple pages, then you're going to print or to have your report header, rather your report footer and the page footer, both of them having your name in them. So let's go to layout view. You notice that at the bottom you have the name there. Okay, let's see how it looks in print view. Print preview. Okay, so in print preview, you see you have your name which is appearing in the middle, but there is another name which is supposed to be at the end of the report. This one will not show you the end of the report, but it is at the end of the report. So let's say 2 pages. When we preview it in 2 pages, notice that the name in question is here, the one we added in the report footer. But take note that if we did not add this one, this first document was not going to have your name, and Cambridge expects that you should have your name on every printout. Okay, so this is very important, guys. If you're going to have multiple pages, then you should know that you should put your names on multiple pages. Okay, so well, we are done with this one. So what I'm going to do now is to simply just close the print preview and then go back to the question paper. Now we need to make the printout. Make sure that you have entered your name, center number, and contact number on your report. Okay, so what you want to do is that we've entered this, and then we make the printout. So to print this document, you simply just go to File and then Print, and then you can go to Print and then select your printer and just go ahead and print this one. Okay, now the next thing that you are supposed to do is to show evidence. So place in your evidence document screenshots showing the formula you use to calculate the number of courses. So if you come back here if you come back to Access, so we need to go to Design View and then select this part, or just show this part which is showing the formula that we've used. So just highlight this one, or select this one, and then copy it and then paste it in your evidence document, and paste it just right there. Okay, so that's the formula that you've used. That should be perfectly fine. All right, so I'm gonna have to end here in this video on step number 26, and in the next video I'll pick up with step number 27, and then we'll see how far we can go with data manipulation. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I encourage you to like, comment, subscribe to my channel.